What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? Siblings Latavia Washington McGee and her brother Eric Williams went on CNN's Anderson Cooper and told a wild story of being kidnapped and having their friends murdered right before their eyes. They also talked about some other things that most people would not have survived. They talked about how the cartel drove them around, place to place, trying to elude the police. They said they was just riding around. And at one point, they laid the body of one of their deceased friends on top of Eric. They was trying to cover him up in the car. So he had to ride with his friend, deceased, over his body with a wounded leg. They shot him in the leg. At another point, Latavia said that she had to ride with the friend underneath her feet. Because again, they was trying to make the appearance that they were not in the car with them. Can you imagine that, fam? Having a dead body, your friend's dead body on top of you, and you have to ride for several hours in a car like that. This is perhaps the most disgusting part. At one point, Latavia said that the cartel tried to get her to have sex with her brother, and she immediately said, no. And they had to explain. They said, we're brothers and sisters, we're siblings, we're not doing that. They took a chance right there, because typically with the cartel, whether you obey or not, they will kill you. But they definitely will kill you if you don't obey. They might not kill you if you obey. It's a slam chance they may not kill you if you obey. But if you don't obey, they will kill you. And they knew that their lives were on the line because they had just witnessed their friends being murdered. They knew how ruthless the cartel was. And they stood 10 toes down and said, no way. Oh man, you gotta salute that, man. You gotta salute that. Oftentimes, we say what we will and what we won't do if our life was on the line. If somebody had a gun to your head, what would you not do? And thank God most of us will never be put in that position, because I can guarantee you most people ain't gonna stand on it. They're gonna do whatever their captive tell them to do. Not me. Gonna take me out, fam. Because you know what? I'd have to live with that at the end of the day. I'd have to live with it. So it's certain, and I'm gonna tell you something, I'm gonna tell you this straight up, fam. One thing I'll never do. I'll never beg. Man, do what you gotta do. But I'm not gonna beg. I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction. When somebody got a gun on you, they got your life in their hands. They can just decide to squeeze or not, whatever. When they go that far, a lot of times they just want the satisfaction that they made you beg. I'm not giving it to them. So hopefully I never have to find that out, but I know how I'm made. And I'm just hard-headed like that, fam. But what say you? Are there some things that you would not do? What would you stand on if your life was on the line, like Latavia, and Eric's life was on the line, and they stood on it. They said, nah, we're not doing that. When a lot of people would have. I saw a video where they made some boys kiss each other. I don't know what's up with these people that want to see people have sex and, do all that kind of crazy stuff. I don't know what that's about. But a whole lot of people would have just went along with the program, but not Latavia and Eric. For those of you who don't know, they were out in Mexico. Latavia was trying to get some type of butt implant surgery or something. They got lost trying to find the clinic, and they stumbled upon the cartel, who appeared to be in some type of conflict, and they thought that these guys were part of the enemy, thought that they were representing the enemy, and they just started shooting. Latavia said that one of the captors confided in her and said that it was an accident, they didn't mean to do it, they apologized for killing their friends, and said that the guys were high, and a couple of guys were high, they were out of their mind, and they just kind of snapped, and they wasn't given the authority to kill. And those guys were going to be disciplined. They were turned in to the Mexican authorities. But this guy, who she said confided in her, said that he was going to let them go. But he was risking his life in the process. He said he got to get out of there because they're going to kill him when they find out that he let them go. That guy deserves a lot of praise, because that is one of the most admirable things that you can do, is put your life on the line for the sake of others. Not too many people would do that. Anyway, fam, y'all drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?
Damn.